Never has having a baby been more popular. Sometimes they come in twos. Sometimes in threes, though less often. The chances of triplets are about once in every 10,000 births. Never has having a baby been more fashionable. Never has it been so safe. Since the war, the death rate of babies in their first year has been halved to 1 in 50, and the risk to mothers reduced by more than 2/3. Mrs. Jenny Brown of Marlow in Buckinghamshire is typical of more than 1/3 of the mothers in England and Wales who arrange to have their babies at home. Armed with advice from her local prenatal clinic about what she'll need, Jenny and the family go shopping for the new baby. Here, at one of Britain's only chain of combined mother and baby shops, she chooses an all-purpose suit that will stretch as the baby gets bigger. 29 of these shops have been opened in London in 3 years. It's amazing what you can get for babies these days. There's a bottle and teat that can be sterilized together, an example of how designers are concentrating on producing goods to make mothers' lives easier and save time. There are prams like this one that takes to pieces for easy storage. Sturdy but light portable cots and specially designed pillows which guard against the risk of suffocation. Mothers in waiting can today get well-designed foundation garments and inexpensive and pretty clothes. This outfit has adjustable slacks. Just the thing for the weekly relaxation class at the clinic. This class is run by one of Buckinghamshire's 59 health visitors who continue their interest after the babies arrive and until they're old enough to go to school. Throughout their pregnancies, mothers can attend classes at the clinic and fathers are invited to the final one to see a film showing how babies are born and to have informal talks afterwards with doctors, midwives and health visitors. A few days later, Nurse Hackett, Marlow's veteran midwife, arrives at the Browns for the big event. Jenny's baby will be the 1423rd she has delivered in Marlow. The family doctor calls to make sure all is well, and he'll be back again later if he's needed. And here is number 1423. Master Jonathan William Brown, who weighs 8.5 pounds, having his first bath ever, with help from small sister Mandy, who was another Nurse Hackett baby. For every 1,000 girls born, say the experts, there are 1,064 boys. 25 years ago, not one father in 10,000 saw his baby born. Today, more and more fathers like to be there, especially at home. Accountant Fred Brown saw both his children's births. Many mothers today have their first babies in hospital, and an increasing number of beds is being allotted to maternity cases. More than 4,500 babies make their first appearance each year in Scotland's Bellshill Maternity Hospital, set between Glasgow and industrial Motherwell. Opened in 1962, and probably the most advanced maternity hospital in Europe, Bellshill serves a population of 600,000 people, has 132 beds for mothers and 56 for sick babies. When a baby's arrival is near, the mother goes to an individual delivery ward. Gas and air, breathed in gently, help her as labour advances. A label with the baby's surname is checked with his mother, and it's firmly stuck on Richard as soon as he's born. Mary Alston is 22, the wife of a driver, and Richard is their first baby. In Scotland, more than 75% of all babies are born in hospitals. Not, of course, all as modern as Bellshill, though other new maternity hospitals are being built. Mary will be at Bellshill for about a week, and one of the high spots of her stay there is the moment when father and grandparents meet Richard for the first time. 3 visitors can come each evening. 20 years ago, babies in maternity hospitals were usually kept together in nurseries. Today, a baby stays with his mother, unless his crying keeps her awake during the night. Then a nurse wheels him out into what at this hospital is called the shouting area. Doctors specializing in maternity come from all over the world to study the methods at Bells Hill and to walk the wards. Precautions against babies picking up germs have increased tremendously in recent years. Today, when many more mothers bottle feed their babies from birth, this is vitally important. In the milk kitchen, the bottles and teats are carefully cleaned after use. Then they are sterilized for 20 minutes. Next, the bottles are filled with milk, capped with sterile teats, and packaged so that until the mother opens them to feed the baby, they will remain sealed. Finally, the full bottles are sterilized again. If she is not yet fit enough to go down to the lecture room, the new mother can even listen to Mothercraft talks in bed. All over Britain and in many other countries today, there are flying squad ambulances equipped to deal with any maternity emergency. But the idea was started at Bells Hill 33 years ago. This ambulance is equipped with an incubator for the baby and gas and air, anesthetic and blood transfusion apparatus for the mother. This is a boom year for babies, and maternity hospitals all over the country are wishing they had more beds and more staff. About 1 million babies are now born in Britain each year. There are 14,000 hospital midwives, but more are needed. There are more than 23,000 maternity hospital beds in Britain, and in England and Wales, more than 2,000 beds are being added, enough for many thousands of confinements every year, and many more are planned. Some hospitals are even building on temporary maternity wings. In the fast-growing area of Hillingdon, Middlesex, they're rebuilding the hospital, and the maternity wing was deliberately completed first to become one of the best equipped in the country. But whether a baby is born in hospital or at home, he gets the same sort of service afterwards. Back at Marlow, after the health visitor is called, Mrs. Brown takes Jonathan for his first visit to the clinic. He gets weighed and is then examined by the doctor. His mother can buy special low-priced foods and orange juice for him. Buckinghamshire was one of the first counties to run mothers' clubs, held in the evenings when fathers can babysit. One of the lectures is on the dangers to children in the home, with special emphasis on inflammable garments. And non-inflammable materials. Meanwhile, father is finding some hazards too. There never was a time when so much advice and guidance were available. But as any father will tell you, having a baby is still a tiring business.